Major League Baseball on 2K Sports. With Steve Phillips and John Kruk, I'm Gary Thorne. Action coming. Brent Fielder, a powerhouse for this team. This is how the Cubs offense will look, sponsored by and Fukadomi batting. He'll be starting us off here. The first pitch coming right up.
Number 1, Kosuke Fukadomi.
Strike one. Bush gets in with a swinging strike.
Well, clearly the pitcher's in control right here. This guy really struggles on the fastball when he's behind in the count, so look for the heat.
Watches that one for a called strike. 0-2. Still 0-2. He delivers. And he catches Fukadomi looking. Strike 3. He'll be gone.
With 2 strikes, the hitter has to protect the whole plate. It's very difficult to do, especially when they throw that heater up and in.
And it's Ryan Theriot at the plate.
Well, the 2009 Chicago Cubs actually enjoyed some success against the Milwaukee Brewers, the team that battled them so tough the year before.
First pitch was a strike. 0-1 now. 10-7 was the. That swung on a liner here. Base hit, gets it down. That's our first hit of the game. Got a chance to check out the Brewers. Let's look at their defense. And Steve, individual factors out there.
Alcides Escobar can really flash the leather defensively. This young guy has great range and the ability to make throws.
Hit hard to second. He plays it on the hop. 1 and the double play. They got them both. Well, that was a quick inning right there. 7 pitches. So the first chance for the Brewers. They're coming right up. We'll get to see Ryan Dempster pitching. He'll be the starter for Chicago. And he gets into the Milwaukee lineup. John, what's his strategy?
When you talk about versatility in a pitcher, Ryan Dempster gives you that. A few years ago, he was a closer. Then he became a starter, and he was very good at starting. The thing you have to watch with Ryan Dempster is, even if he's behind in the count, he's not going to give in and give you a cookie out of the middle of the plate. He's still going to nibble on the corners. He doesn't care if he walks you, because he'll just go after the next guy.
One pitch, fastball, high, 2-1.
Well, he tried that four-seam fastball up in the zone to get him the chase. Tough pitch to lay off of. Good job by the hitter.
Now Weeks a 3-1 count. He has a 5 for 16 lifetime against Dempster. Here he comes, 3-1. On the ground to second. Baker over to Lee. 1 down. Sponsored by Pepsi. We'll see how Ken Maka's offense looks. Scouting report, John. How about some picks?
Well, today this team is hoping to see some good production with Corey Hart. If he comes through for this team, they have a chance to win.
And Escobar settles in.
Well, 2009 didn't bring the same success that 2000.
Swing, soft liner towards left center. And that gets down the Brewers, their first base hit. Here's how the Cubs stack up defensively. Highlight, Steve, for these fielders.
Derek Lee not only makes the routine plays, he makes the difficult plays. He has great range and great arm length as well to be able to scoop the ball in the dirt or catch the high throws.
And their record at home, a game below 500 for the Brew Crew. That has just got to be better.
Well, it has to be, and it starts with the pitching. You know the middle of that lineup can score runs. They're going to miss J.J. Hardy, in my opinion, being traded to Minnesota, but they still have to figure out a way to pitch the baseball. They didn't do it in 2009.
Well, I think the thing's going to be pitching. They just need more depth, John. I agree with you. They need pitching. They got some guys that can swing the bat, but if they don't pitch better, they're not going to be a competitive team in this division.
Gone, a 2-run homer. And so they jump out to the 2-0 lead. Wow, what a great time for a 2-run shot like that.
Milwaukee with the lead now, Gary. Brewers can keep that offense going, possibly extending the lead here.
Fielder.
The pitch from Dempster. First pitch way out of the zone, ball 1. And we've got offense here in the first inning, just the way they wanted to start this ball game.
Now the pitching's going to have to settle down here. Now I know it's early, but you don't want this thing to spiral out of control.
This one to Soriano as he gets to it for the out.
Right fielder, number 1.
Corey Hart gets to swing now with 2 down. Lifetime 2 hits, 23 ABs off Dempster. lays off that one outside 1-0.
Well, he had the right idea in mind, trying to get that fastball down and away. Just missed. Now let's see how he comes back with the next one.
There's Soriano for the third out. And so we get our first 2 runs in the first. Offense getting going early. The Brewers lead it 2-0. Big bats ready to make an appearance.
For the second
It's a nice day here, a little bit on the chilly side, but certainly not enough to detract from the game.
Aramis
Leadoff
Ramirez.
hitter Aramis Ramirez. Smash towards the middle, and that's a base hit. Ramirez on board with a single. And that will bring up Alfonso Soriano.
Fielder, number 12.
Well, good piece of hitting right there. And anytime you get your first hitter of the inning on base, it could set up the potential for a big inning.
Strike 1. Bush gets in with a swinging strike.
Now, when he's behind in the count, he's just not a good fastball hitter, so I expect him to attack him with the fastball.
Up the middle. That'll put Soriano on first. This a great situation for some offense.
Right fielder, number 20.
Well, anytime you throw a pitch at eye level, you don't expect the hitter to be able to get his bat on it. Most of the time as a hitter, you don't even want to swing.
There's a bullet towards third, and that's going to be another hit for them. And the throw, and Ramirez is home. Boy, the Cubs are riding it along right now. They're making it happen.
Giovanni Soto.
Well, now after giving up 3 straight hits, the manager has to start thinking about getting somebody up in the pen.
And Bush's pitch looked at for a strike 0-1.
Boy, I tell you what, this is some kind of curveball. I mean, it just locks the players up. He's got great stuff.
The Cubs in a nice position to capitalize.
Well, he gets a letter high pitch, a good pitch to hit, and he takes advantage of it. Nice job.
Hitting from behind is not an easy thing to do in this game, but a little easier when the pitch is up there.
Now, you throw it over the plate like that, it's going to cost you.
Well, working on the 0-1 count now. 2 for 4 record against Dave Bush. Jeff Baker looks at that one. Strike 3 call.
Let's watch K-Cam. Take a look at the 2-seam fastball.
Oh, 2 strikes, you got to protect. You can't just look at that pitch go down the middle.
Johnny, he certainly wasn't expecting another fastball there.
Oh, that's the problem. You can adjust to off speed, but if you look for something slow and get a heater, you're done.
Here's the 0-1 pitch by Bush. Good hard slider, swung on and missed. 0-2. Swing and a miss, and the fastball second out the inning. That took only 3 pitches to do it early out in the hurry.
And this game could have got away from this team early, but that big strikeout right there will keep it close. But he still has work to do right now.
Here's the first pitch to Fukudomi. Big breaker on the 0-0 pitch. It's a called strike. The pitch from Bush. Hit sharply towards the hole, and that's a base hit. Fukudomi on board, and Soriano comes in to score. Boy, this lineup, they are hot right now. The chances, they are productive.
Ryan Theriot.
Well, that pitch was upstairs, but he went up there and got it.
A nice piece of hitting. Got up on top of that ball and drove it.
And Bush's pitch looked at for a strike 0-1. Ryan Theriot not fooled by that. Count is even. Look at the lifetime numbers. Hit up the middle, and that's a base hit. Theriot on board. He scores, counted, and no longer tied. And Soto also will score. Boy, this lineup, you just see opportunities here, and this offensive lineup knows what to do with them. Here is Derek Lee with a chance to do some damage. Well, they've done themselves quite a job here. This is a nice push at this point of the ball game to get out in front.
That was a good piece of hitting right there. He got his pitch, took advantage of it, drove it, picked up the run.
That one hit well. Hart's there. And there's the third out. Tough time for a pitcher in that inning, and that pitcher's Dave Bush. Offensive explosion. 4-spot second inning. He's got